G'day guys, my name is Trent, aka LaxLime, bringing you a Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. Today we have a battle against the DaRizzleTheMan. He is a very threatening opponent. I've seen him battle a lot of other YouTubers, and you know what? He brings really close games, and he's a really good player. So I was super honored to battle you, man. But let's just see how we go. As I said, he is a threat. I built this team actually around Delcatty. I sort of wanted Delcatty to work. Unfortunately, it doesn't. I tried many different sets. I tried like heaps different things, and I really can't get it to work. I really can't, and I'm sorry because I really wanted it to work because it was one of those really underappreciated Pokemon. But yeah, it sucks. I'm sorry. But I also wanted a chance to use Heliolisk because I know it's going to get banned soon. Actually, I think as I'm recording this, it actually got banned. So that sort of sucks, but at least I got a chance to use it. But we'll just get straight into the battle. Actually, first, face cam. I sort of wanted to try it out to see what it's like. I have all the equipment. It's just that I'm super lazy and I can't sometimes be bothered putting a shirt on. You would understand if you live in Australia because the heat is ridiculous at sometimes. I don't know, like. Sometimes it's still like 30 degrees at 9 o'clock at night when I'm trying to record and things like that. And it's just ridiculous. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, guys. I'm sorry. But let's get straight into the battle before I talk too much. I actually decided to lead off with my Delcatty, you know, get it out, start doing some sort of work in it. It does have, it's a Life Orb set with Fake Out, Sucker Punch, what's the other one? Cosmic Power and Double Edge. So I do go for the Fake Out in the first turn, just to get damage off, and then I decided to start setting up some Cosmic Powers. I thought that was sort of, I might be able to survive some better attacks from this thing, but this Gunk Shock still does a lot of damage. And you know what, the Double Edge is far from doing enough. Unfortunately, that really sucks, because it's just going to go down, and you know, this thing's just going to get murdered again. You know what, it lasts like 3 turns as soon as it hits the battlefield. It really sucks because I want it to work. I decided to go in Sandals, which is my Hariyama, just go straight for that Fake Out again, just to get some more damage off. He ends up actually going into his Blu-ray, which is his Mantine. It takes a little bit of damage, but you know, not really enough. I sort of need to switch out from here because there's no way I can really stay in. I decided that Xatu was probably my best bet because it sort of resists most of its attacks. So fortunately I get a miss with that air slash, and I decided to set up the Toxic. Toxic was just really there just to get some residual damage on this thing because, you know, this is actually a bit of a threat for my team, and it sort of like walls me out a little bit when it comes to a few of my Pokemon. When I look at my team, Helios is really going to be my win condition because it sort of deals with like most of his team in some way, especially like his bulky threats basically. I sort of stay in. I sort of predicted that he was going to switch out. I just went for the Psyshock just as a safe play because I know that Mantines have no defense, and at least it's going to hurt something that comes in. It does do a decent chunk to the Rotom office. But I need to switch out because Xatu's not going to do well, basically. So I need to get out of there. And I decided, you know, this is a good time to go into my Clefairy, which is Green Tips. Green Tips is actually a fully defensive, bold Clefairy. I know that most people run specially defensive, but I was sort of thinking, if I can run it bold and get, you know, take those defensive attacks, then I can use Carmine to sort of set up on things. It's obviously not going to stay around with Mark on the field because there's no way. And you know what, I really thought Sandals would take this Gunk Shot so much better than it did, because that just, it really got annihilated by that. It really did. I am going to go to Fake Out just to get some more damage off, because it's in range for Helios to come in and just clean up, basically. I was sort of praying here that I wouldn't have to sack this thing up, basically, and he didn't have the Shadow Sneak, but, you know, he does, obviously, because that's the best move to have on him. So he goes down, and I'm able to bring in Phil, which is my Heliolisk. I'm going to say that. I can't say that right. Heliolisk. I'm just not getting it out today. But I do go for the Hyper Voice. That's enough to take him out. And then he ends up actually going into the Executor. I don't want to sort of stick around for this because I know that it's not going to take it out at this range. So I'm getting straight back out there, and I'm just going to go back out in the Feathers because I sort of thought that was probably my best bet. I end up actually going for the Heat Wave on this turn. I only have Psyshock and Heat Wave on this guy because I think I've got I can't remember what other move I've got, but I need to probably revisit him. So the Heat Wave does come through, it hits Philip, it doesn't do much, but you know, a little bit of damage helps for this thing because it is bulky as hell. I'm not staying around, so I'm going to switch out. I thought, you know, Green Tapes is probably the guy. I can probably start setting up on this guy. I might be able to take some attacks and, you know, retaliate from there. He makes a pretty good prediction and actually double switches into his Blu-ray, thinking that I was going to bring out my Pyro, but I don't. But it was a very good play, and I can see where he was coming from there. I decided, you know, this is the best bet for me to start setting up Carmines. He did go for the Toxic. Afterwards, he told me that he forgot this thing had Magic Guard, which is fine, because I've forgotten it many times in the past as well. So I do get the Stealth Rocks up, basically because when this thing comes back in, it'll take too much, you know, damage, and then it won't be such a threat in the long run. That was really the only reason why I needed those Stealth Rocks up. The Scald isn't going to really do much, and this is sort of where I start setting up the Carmines, just to hopefully just get some survivability, basically. So that's one up. I actually go for the Moonlight here, yeah, Moonlight, because I sort of figured that he was going to switch out into something. You know what, I can't get Soft Boil on this thing, because it's, yeah, like, after... It doesn't learn it in Gen 6, so that sort of sucks. Like, I'd like Soft Boil because it's sort of a better, it's more reliable, I guess, when things are going on. But I can't. But you know, that sucks. So VCG Pro comes out and goes for the Fake Out. This thing is actually a real threat in NU. It's a real problem. And that Double Edge does so much damage. I didn't think it'd do that much, so I did go for the Carmine again. I shouldn't have. I should have just went straight for the damage, but you know, you make mistakes, so it's all good. I do decide to switch out and I go into my Zartu, thinking that maybe the Double Edge won't do that much as well, but as you can see, this gets annihilated. Oh, kangaroos. You know what, seeing Kangaskhan here, you know, everyone in, like, unknown to Australia always talk about how, you know, you have kangaroos jumping down your you know, street, but that doesn't happen. It really doesn't. You know, I could go find a kangaroo probably 20 minutes away from here, so don't get me wrong, but it doesn't happen, not in the street anyway. As you can see, I did predict a Sucker Punch there. I decided to go actually for the Roost, because if I roosted up, and then if you go for the Double Edge the next turn, at least I'll you know, with the recoil, I'll get it down to a fairly low HP. I knew I could survive at least a Sucker Punch, so I just went straight for the Hyper Voice at this turn, just to kill this thing. So Kangaskhan is down, and he is going to go into his Executor from here. This really sucked, this play. I really thought this Hyper Voice would be enough to take it out. You know what, I calced it afterwards, and it was like 86% chance. Oh man, I was like that lost me the game, that play. It truly did, because he was my win condition, and I maybe I shouldn't have played so risky, but you know, you gotta sometimes play the risky move just to get momentum and win. So I am going to take the thing out with a hidden power. I believe it is Grass. I just went for that just in case he wanted to switch out into his Mantine or his Rhydon, basically. I do decide to switch out here and go back into Green Tips. I just wanted to sort of stall this thing out for some toxic damage just to get it down into a lower range, because these things are so bulky special defense. It is just such a problem, and I know Pyro probably doesn't have enough to be able to take this thing out, and like it might be a 3-hit KO for this guy. So I'm just sort of stalling out the toxic turns, as I said, but I can't really stall out for too long because this thing is going to get taken down anyway by the air slashes. So I've only got my Pyro left from here. I was sort of tossing up what move I needed to lock myself into, but I sort of thought there's no way that I'll be able to win anyway, so I'm just going to lock myself into Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice probably, you know, it doesn't really work against the Rhydon, and you know what, I was pretty disappointed that wasn't enough to actually even take out the Mantine. I really thought it would be enough, but you know, I don't have a chance of winning at this point anyway. From here, he will go down to the toxic damage, and then I will go for the Hyper Voice on the Rhydon, but being a non-effective or not very effective move, it's not going to do that much, and then Rhydon can easily retaliate with an Earthquake and take out this Pyro. I did have a lot of fun battling you, DaRizzleTheMan. And I hope that we get a rematch really soon. You're a good battler, and you know you definitely made me sort of think and sort of toss up on plays and everything like that. If you would like a chance to battle me, guys, you can follow me on Twitter and we can sort of work something out from there, or you can leave a comment below and we can work something out from there as well. Also, let me know if you enjoyed the face cam. It's a little bit different for me, and it's a little bit exposing, I guess. Like it's just new. It's just new. I'm not sure how the noise quality will turn out and everything, but let me know if you haven't really made a difference. If it hasn't made a difference, I guess. But thank you guys for watching and sticking around to the end. Obviously, if you're new around here, you can hit the like button and subscribe if you wish. And I really hope to see you guys next time.